Pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secrets Revealed. So now here on NSR, it gives me quite a lot of decency here to simply tell you that we have been through a lot in the Nerf Secrets Revealed related series itself. But what I will want to say for today is that after all we've been through, all the blasters that we've had, all the color schemes that we could have possibly put together in every single release possible, out of every lineup that we've been through, every licensed product that we ever could have gone through that Hasbro was able to get a hold of, it is only a matter of time before we are in fact going to have a lot of other things to do with the darts. That's right. Now it is about time for me to start talking a little bit more about the darts, because after all, there is a lot that I will very much want to say here, based on dart shapes in general. Because here's a big question here. What other dart types can we possibly put together? And to that I probably should answer that myself. There are lots of different ways that you can possibly go together with different dart shapes. I mean, we have tried out a lot of experiments, some of which were duds, some of which were studs, but how much could you get? In general, how much could you get? It is in fact a question that I probably wouldn't put together, but of course, the big deal with this at this point is that, well, there have been a few experiments that have gone together with the Ultra lineup, the Keen lineup, and the Super lineup itself, because those are in fact the newest that we have in the amount of lineups that Nerf has to offer today. The Ultra lineup, of course, has been expanding like crazy. And you know what? Pretty soon I'm going to have to talk about the new 6. Yeah. It is about time that the 6 had come out, and you know what? I guess we'll wait until the time we're ready for that. But right now, let's just talk a little bit more about dart shapes themselves, because after all, who knows what we could pretty much get out of all different possible shapes that we could go through, because after all, we've gotten through a lot of them together. We've had the Streamline Dart, the Whistler, the Sonic Darts, the Suction Cup Darts, the Tagger Darts, which are basically Velcro tipped, meant for sticking onto the Velcro vests themselves. And in general, there just have been a lot of different experiments that have gone together based on the types of darts that we've had, as well as the lineups that they come from. But in terms of more recent studies, apparently the Ultra lineup have actually gone through with the Screamer darts, at the same time that they got themselves the original Flyer darts, which were a proprietary polypropylene type of dart, if you will, in which that, well, other than the fact that it can be totally waterproof, it doesn't really seem to do much better than that of regular Elite darts or any dart in general. I mean, the Mega darts were pretty good for flying through incredible distances compared to the Elite darts. And that's simply because the Mega darts were simply tipped with 2 holes on the top to pretty much stabilize them during flight. But it turns out that the Ultra lineup, with both dart types that they have right now, the Flyer darts and the Screamer darts, it's not entirely clear whether or not they're actually meant to be gauged towards their range claims. Regardless of what blaster it is that they come from, there's no real way of telling whether or not they can hit their mark. And the problem may not actually be from the power of the blasters themselves, but rather from the darts themselves. Because of the polypropylene construction to them is basically kind of a total foul play. Because after all, why else do you think they would start flying erratically all over the place? And because of the bottom themselves, they have to be put in a very specific way, so this way they can work properly in the blasters that they're meant for. But in general, I guess there just really isn't a lot that I probably wouldn't be able to talk about them, other than the fact that, well, Nerf has managed to put together the Flyer darts and Screamer darts, but who knows? Could they put other types of darts in the Ultra lineup as they already have with the others? I mean, the Mega darts have pretty much come together with their original Whistle type darts out there, since they also happen to make kind of a noise when they fly through the air, similar to that of the old Whistler or Sonic darts. But in terms of, well, the Ultra lineup now, The Screamer darts, they probably work on par with the regular Whistler darts, so they can only make the sound when they feel like it. No pressure, but you know what? I guess the real question is, if the Ultra lineup is seriously going to be expanding so incredibly large every year, then well, couldn't they try other dart types? Like maybe they can make their own Tagger darts or suction cup darts, or maybe they could probably invest in their own Ultra missiles. Yeah, that's right. If they could make missiles for the Elite blasters or XD blasters or the Modulus blasters, as a matter of fact, then well, what's the harm in trying something different once in a while? I guess the only real way to be sure of that is to, well, just wait and find out whether Hasbro will do them or not. But of course, other than the fact that, well, time is going to be a key factor into, well, all of this, we're certainly going to have a lot of other things on the line here that we're going to have to worry about in terms of dart shapes and, well, otherwise. Because we still have yet to find out whether or not the Keen lineup itself is going to have themselves a big factor in terms of, well, their release status. But coming soon, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the top secret lineup, because there actually are quite a few other things that I have left to say about that, and eventually, the revealing of the Ultra 6. After so long that we've waited, it's finally about time that we got ahead to start talking about it. But you know what? Until any of that happens, you're just going to have to do all this stuff. Please like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.